Hey guys, what's going on? So I think one of the biggest questions that's gone on with Canelo being the face of boxing is what really would have happened if he actually fought Floyd Mayweather in his prime. When they did actually fight, I would say Floyd Mayweather was more in his prime or at the end peak of his prime, being the age of 36, whereas Canelo was 23. So I really don't think it was a fair fight. So I kind of just wanted to do a little bit of speculation in an alternate universe where Canelo and Floyd Mayweather were the same age. And for example, Canelo now in his prime would be facing Floyd Mayweather. And I think it would be a much different fight than when they first met. Canelo right now is 61-2-2. Only had a fraction of those wins when he fought Mayweather before. Mayweather was 44-0. Right now he's 51-0, given that extra win against Conor McGregor. And Canelo is age 33 right now, so I think if he was the age that he's at now and fought Floyd Mayweather when he was, let's just say 36 for simplicity, I think it would be a really exciting fight. In terms of size, they are the same height at 5'8", even though I would say Canelo is a lot heavier and has put on a lot more pounds over the years. But Mayweather does have a really impressive reach at 72 inches, whereas Canelo's just at about 70. So Mayweather would still have that reach advantage, but Canelo would definitely be the favorite in terms of weight. Before when they fought at a 152-pound catch weight, which was just shy of middleweight. Now Canelo was just fighting at super middleweight or 168 pounds and even has gone above that before, whereas Mayweather is really stuck to that small frame and has trouble even getting up to 150. So I think in theory this fight would never happen now because Mayweather wouldn't agree to it. He just wouldn't have enough weight to really compete with Canelo. But just for the video, we're going to speculate and say if they did agree on some sort of an in-between weight like 160 or middleweight. So how I'm going to break this down, I'm going to break it down into 14 categories, and that's really where I'm going to determine the outcome. And I wanted to do this two different ways. One, starting when they first fought, and then now how the two would look in their prime with a much more experienced and competitive Canelo. So I think when they first fought, Mayweather definitely had the speed advantage, definitely had the better jab, really good accuracy, tremendous defense. So that would be 4-0 to Mayweather just right off the bat. And I would say in terms of power, you probably would give the edge to Canelo, but wasn't nearly as big as he is now, wasn't nearly as polished in terms of his punches and stuff like that. So I'd say it probably would go to Canelo, but I wouldn't really say by much. I'd say him and Mayweather would be about even for power, but just to give Canelo something, I'm going to give him power. And then in terms of experience, Mayweather would have him outclassed for sure, and especially in terms of big fights under the lights, all of that pressure and stuff like that. Canelo was really new to that scene before, whereas Mayweather, it was just another night for him. So Mayweather would definitely have had the experience advantage before. In terms of their chin, I would say they both were about even. Size was even too. Endurance, I would probably give to Mayweather before, because I think while Canelo was in shape physically, he really got flustered and fatigued towards the end of the fight. Really got frustrated that he wasn't able to hit Mayweather. So I think maybe in a little bit more of a mental capacity, I'd give Mayweather the edge for endurance. In terms of strength, about even, just going to give it to Canelo. In terms of ring IQ, that definitely would have gone to Mayweather before. In terms of their offense or their combos, probably would give that to Mayweather too, because even though I think Canelo was a little bit more with his output, he really struggled to hit Mayweather before. So you can't really give him much there. So here only Canelo would win a handful of categories and Mayweather would take the majority of these, and that ultimately ended in a majority decision for Floyd Mayweather before. So that's about right, but I think the really interesting thing was that when they fought before, one judge actually had it even at 114, I believe. So I think that really speaks to how this fight would look if Canelo was in his prime. So now I'm taking Canelo for what he is Currently 33 years old. I'd say he's still in the heart of his fighting career, still has a lot of big fights to go, and has really packed on a tremendous amount of experience with a lot of tough fights that he's put himself in. And I think that's why the recent fight against Jaime Munguia was really interesting, because it was almost marketed. I think I heard somewhere that it was almost as if Canelo was fighting his younger self. And obviously we saw Canelo get the better of that. So I think that's why this is really interesting. So now going through these same categories again, if they were both fighting in their prime, or Canelo now was 33 years old and went back in time and fought Floyd when he was 36. Speed, I'd still give to Floyd. He's just really fast. Still has a tremendous jab. Still would give that to Mayweather. Same thing with accuracy and defense, even though I think Canelo would level the playing field a lot, still would give the edge for Mayweather. But where the real difference lands is power. Canelo would have a significant power advantage. If he was able to land a little bit, I think he would do damage. Probably wouldn't knock Floyd out just because he still has really good defense and a good chin, but definitely would make a significant impact. I'd almost envision it how Shane Mosley landed on Floyd Mayweather. I'd see shots like that really being effective. And then same thing for experience. I would actually give the experience to Canelo in this end. He would have a lot more experience in big fights, coming in at 61-2-2 versus Mayweather's 44-0. I think that again really changes the fight. Still would probably say they're about even in terms of their chin, because they both really don't get hurt very often. And now the big size advantage would go to Canelo. Even if Canelo went down to face him, he would still come in heavy after rehydrating, or just would be the bigger, stronger man in general. And this time, I think counterpunching would be more even, as opposed to that going to Mayweather. Endurance, I probably would put even now, because I think they both do great rounds 1 through 12. Strength advantage would now go to Canelo. Still would give Floyd Mayweather the ring IQ, but I would give offense to Canelo. Really, with those combinations, I don't really think Mayweather would be able to compete with him in his output. And you can't go swimming without getting wet in boxing, so Canelo would hit him at some point and would really do a lot of damage. So I think that's why Canelo would actually take the edge here. So that would put us at an even 50-50 split, or 5-5 here. And I think just adding an extra category as a tiebreaker, I would say in terms of their overall versatility, Canelo is just really the overall better fighter. He really can dodge punches fairly well, has really good defense, good agility, and just has so many more punches he can throw that are effective, whether it's a big uppercut, strong hooks, or just a lead right hand. So I just think Mayweather really wouldn't be able to keep up with him in the long run. And Mayweather's style really can't change that much. I mean, he could shift his technique and his stance and stuff like that, but there's really no way I'd see Mayweather coming forward and beating Canelo. Maybe in his earlier days when he was a little bit more knockout oriented, he could. But this is if they were both fighting in their prime years or their mid-30s. And I don't see that version of Mayweather really being able to bully Canelo in any shape or form. And I think especially with that heavy weight difference, it really would favor Canelo in the long run, because it really would only take 1 or 2 good shots to maybe even drop Mayweather. Again, I don't think he could stop him, but if he just dropped him once and that led to a 10-8 round, that might be the difference maker at the end of the day, and that would give Canelo a decision. So I think that's why the slight edge would go to Canelo. And I think what's really interesting about this matchup is that we might see it play out in real time. For example, it looks like Canelo and Crawford are eyeing a potential match at the end of the year, and I think that's really the closest to what we would have got in terms of Canelo and Mayweather facing off in their primes. But feel free to let me know your thoughts on this, whether it's your prediction for Mayweather and Canelo in their prime, or the upcoming potential fight between Crawford and Canelo. Really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you later.